thing called tuna sashimi. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, Tunio back again. As promised is another review. This is the RIKI 8bit game collection. I was given a code for this for purpose of review, and nobody is reviewing this before I check it up on YouTube, so all thoughts of my own. So this is basically a collection of Famicom games, or Famicom cartridge music albums. So you got the 2 Famicom music albums from 2016-2017, and a new one which may have been created just for this collection. I'm not entirely sure. And you get a Kira Star Night, which is another music album essentially, but you've got to play a game to listen to all the tracks. It's quite a simple game, but it's quite fun. And then you get the really cool shoot-up called Astro Ninja Man DX. It's a bit like Space. It was like Space Invaders, where you're stuck and going left and right on the bottom, but it's crazy over the top of these crazy Astro Ninja guys. And it must have done quite well because it got an excellent arcade release. So yeah, I remember when all this stuff was coming out on the Famicom, because I was after some of it, and they were all about £50 each for the games and the music cartridges. So let's go into the music. Let's cancel out that because it's doing that. So let's go into the music cartridge. I say these are music games basically. They're not games. They're basically music albums. So you put it in your NES or wherever you turn it on. You just listen to the tracks. So these you don't read. There is a mini game in this one. So in the options, it's just little things where you can see the menu screens and you can go for the music. So in this version, you've got 11 tracks. So we'll have a go with that. It's quite a funky track, this is. The music on this collection is very nicely done. It's done by some famous people as well. So you've got Yuzo Koshiro, who did like Streets of Rage and ActRaiser and stuff. You've got Naomi Matsume, who did Mega Man. You got Namabo Nomiki, who did Battle Gregor, Dodonpachi Resurrection, Mushi-sama. He's also got Soshi Tarada, who did Ape Escape and a few and Final Fantasy X. And there's other people as well on here that made music. So there's quite famous composers from back in the day. As you notice, when you go for the tracks on this one, you get a lot of pictures popping up and the colours change. If you press the A button, you get an option then to play like a little mini game on this one. So it's basically a collection game where you've got to collect so many coins within the time limit. So they've added something you can interact with, which is quite nice. They obviously Ricky took this even further with the actual full game music album, the Kira one. 16 seconds. Can I do it? It's looking unlikely. Oh, it's close. Hey, just about. So that's what you get with that one. So if you've got to go back to the menu on this one to actually change the track, it'll automatically change when you press start. So say this is something you just chuck on the background and primarily just listen to. I was working this afternoon and I played through all 3 albums in the background and it was quite chilling. I quite enjoyed it. So if you're into 8-bit music, this is a pretty nice collection. So we'll go out with that one. And we'll go to the second album, the 8-bit Music Power Final. Obviously there wasn't a final because there's an encore. Like I said, I think the encore is brand new though. I don't think it, well, I don't really know whether it got released on cartridge. There's no mini game in this one. You basically just play the music. What I forgot to say in the other one, if you can cancel each track off, you can listen to how the track is actually built up. Which is quite useful actually for doing your own music. You can see how small little tunes are layered on top of each other to actually make what sounds like that. In this one as well, you can actually go up, you can choose to play all, singles, shuffle. You can actually change music tracks on this one. There's 18 tracks on this album. I think this is the best cartridge when it comes to music tracks. You get a thing with the same little characters dancing and stuff going around, and the background changes depending on sexy synthesizer. Hi, I'm sexy synthesizer. So yeah, say this is something you really need to listen to really appreciate it. But say if you're into 8-bit music, you're probably going to really enjoy this. And then the final one is the 8-bit music Power Encore. Like I said, I'm not sure whether this got a cartridge or it was just made for this collection. This has got 14 tracks. There's two versions of this. There's the physical version, which I think is roughly about 38 quid. And it comes with a CD, and I think the CD is this album. And then you got the digital version, which is what I'm playing now, which is $17.99. So same trick with this, you go through different backgrounds. Tells you the names of the composers and stuff. Like the arcade cabs in the background. See, it's got some really cool music. I'll definitely be listening to this again. What I did is I connected the switch up to my soundbar, and then just basically played through the soundbar. So we'll go back to the start because it's say the music albums, so you're only really going to be able to appreciate them if you sit down and listen to them. So Kira Kira Star Night is essentially another music album, but you can't just listen to the music on this one. This one you have to play a little mini game, and you've got to collect stars, and you've got to, as the tracks go through, you've got to collect more and more stars. It gets harder and harder, and then eventually changes. I think it's into like saucers or something. It changes into once you get past level 10. This game's got some really cool music as well, and you can unlock another character. It's a very simple game. You basically got two jumps. You got a short jump. You got to collect the stars. So you got a short jump and you got a big jump. You can jump and bounce off the walls, which you can use to your advantage later on. It does come in quite handy actually. But you can't, once you've jumped, you can't move in mid-air. It's a fun little game and something cool to play when you're essentially listening to the music album. It's got some really nice music on this as well. I really like the graphic style as well. It's very simple, sort of like 4 or 5 colours. The same with the music albums as well. Very simple, but it does the job. I say these were originally, apart from I'm not sure if this one was released actually on the Famicom. They were cartridges. It's probably an easy way of collecting all them. Hey, level 1. This track's quite cool. So I really like the music on this. I'm into sort of 8-bit music anyway, so and game music, I really like it. It's almost like a really cool collection for me, this is. So you notice it's gone up to 90 now, so... It's to use the bounce. It's quite handy, that bounce. Ah, I tried to be too fancy again. That's it, I've done it. So basically you keep going. I haven't actually got to the end of this yet. I've got quite far. I think it was level 11 or 12. And then I couldn't collect everything. So different music track each one. So that's our game. It's pretty simple, but it looks cool and sounds quite good. And then this one actually is a proper game. So this is a shmup, a really funky one. You got normal play or quick play. We're gonna go normal game. Quick play is like a short, really short game. So you got this little guy who auto fires. You don't have to press anything and it fires. And then once you've got a charge, you got a charge attack. It takes about 5 seconds or so to charge back up. Maybe a bit longer. And you can use that as a secondary attack. You get you can't cancel them bullets, but you get like blue bullets, and you can cancel them. Your little main characters, or your Astro Ninja Men, the only ones that can get hit is the main guy in the middle. The other ones are essentially options, so you don't have to try and dodge a bullet to him. So this is a really funky game. It's also got some really wicked music. Right, here we go. Can't be that far off a boss. There is, as far as I know, there's at least 4 levels on this one. This way you can see I can cancel certain bullets. I haven't actually managed to get through it all yet. I've got the level 4 but not completed it. So whether there's another level after, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if there is. It's quite a unique shoot 'em up, isn't it? So I'm not quite sure what they added to the Exa version of this game. They must have added something, because that's the whole point with Exa, that they add extras. It is a cheap Exa game as well. I think it's one of the cheapest. We'll get to the first boss and I'll show you quickly completing that. Here we go. Boss time. So same as like all bosses in shmups, they have patterns and stuff. Those boxes are very hard to kill with your weapons, but you can use the charge to kill them. So this is where you get tactically using the charge. Right, blowing the front of it up. The first boss is reasonably easy. Oh, look at it. Yeah, and also when you get hit you lose when you're Astro Men. Later on when the game gets a lot harder and you're down to 1 Astro Man on a boss, it gets difficult then. So that's the first level. There's your charge. So I am not going to show you any more of that. So anyway guys, what do I think of this RIKI 8-bit collection? I think it's quite cool. I think you're going to get the most out of this if you're into 8-bit music, because a lot of this is the shoot 'em up with the 8-bit music style. So if you're into 8-bit chiptunes, I think you're probably going to get quite a bit out of this. I really like the graphics. The graphics on a lot of the backgrounds and everything are all simple 4 or 5 colours and very 8-bit looking. They look really nice. And I think the music's really nice as well. The second album I think is the best one, but they've all got some pretty fantastic tracks and stuff on them, and they're all well worth listening to. So yeah, actually when they came out in the Famicom, they were actually music cartridges. They were meant to just put it in your Famicom and listen to music. So yeah, and obviously you got a lot of the famous people did music for this. price-wise, like I said, it's, I think it's $17.99 in the store, and there's a physical version you can buy with a CD, which I think is $38.99, 40 quid, somewhere around there roughly. So the physical one would be quite nice with the CD, because the CD would be cool to have. Yeah, so I think that this was a bit cheaper than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be 25 to 30 quid. I thought that's what they would charge for it, because each one of these cartridges that came out were like £50 each originally. I remember them being that sort of price. They weren't cheap, so I was expecting about that price, but I was quite surprised when it was $17.99. So would I buy it? I would actually. I would buy it, obviously, for the music and the Astro Ninja Man. So yeah, if you like a look at this, guys, it's definitely recommended to pick it up. You have some fun with it, especially you're going to get more fun with it if you're into 8-bit music, chiptunes. If you're into that, it's going to be a really nice collection for you. So, hopefully you enjoyed the review, guys, and if I get any more codes or any games come up that I think it's worth reviewing, I will. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that, guys, and I shall catch you again. Bye now.